Good morning. I've not long woken up. Yes, you're in a different place. I'm experimenting. Good morning. You join me on Friday. Friday? Yes, it's Friday. Brain. Tired. You join me in Royston. Not far from the building materially people. Didn't do the paper run this week. I had a week off from it. Instead, ended up doing a different run yesterday, which was down to Bristol, Portsmouth. Then it was over here to park up because of problems with the M25. That turned out to be a 10-hour drive. Yay. But so be it. But it is Foot Down Friday. So I'm over to the building material people to do a collection. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops listed. But I'm pretty certain that one of those drops will not accept on a Friday. So yeah. But there is also a domestic, at least one domestic drop. I think 2 in fact. Let's have a look. Basically, there's 3 of them marked as requiring offload. And it's 10 tons in total. Yeah, 10 tons in total, which drop 2 is 6.4 tons. Lovely. So, I've already done my vehicle checks. I've already run them off it for a little bit. I've already had majority of my breakfast. I'm struggling to eat it this morning, so I'm just a bit... I just need to go and get diesel. So, let's go and get diesel. Just try and make sure near one's too close. I'm in a slightly different parking spot to last time. Because my usual parking spot, there was some dodgy looking scroats hanging around in it when I turned up last night. Or yesterday evening, how you want to word it. And I just did not trust parking up there that I'd still have, you know, things like fuel in the morning, so I decided against using it. Great, Vauxhall. Really using your head there. Oh dear God, some people. Really, some people, just words fail me. But yeah, how's my week been? What have I been up to? Well, it was another bank holiday week, so therefore it's been a shortened week. Hang on, let me just wait for this car to come through. What's that truck doing? I'm not quite sure. Okay. So yeah, because of the Coronation bank holiday, it's been a shortened week. Doing various bits and pieces all over the place. The thing with last Friday was, because yeah, I recorded on Thursday. Last Friday, I was in one of the driver's trucks because he was running out of drive time for the week. I had to complete his job for him, which was about 10 and a bit tons of potatoes to a farm. As far as I'm aware, it's like the starting potato that you use to grow potatoes. I always find that hilarious that you need potatoes to grow potatoes. Okay, I'm going for it because people are being stupid with indication. So yeah, it was these huge sacks that literally were the full height of the back area of the truck, the body of the truck, full height of the body of the truck, full of potatoes. Each bag was about a ton and a half, ton and 3/4. And yeah, that was that. But then got back to the yard and they turned around to me and went, oh, here's a favour, there's 2 pallets of tiles that need to go to a person's house that should have gone out in the morning on pallet network deliveries that got missed. Can you rush them out now? And ended up doing pallet network delivery using a Moffat, which was fun. Done pallet network in the past, hated it. Heck, if I had to do it with a Moffat though, yes, it would have been slower, but it'd be a lot easier. So yeah, that was the Friday. And then Monday off. Tuesday, Wednesday, just lots of day runs. Wednesday was a long day. Thursday was a longer day. Sleep. Went down to Friday. I've burnt through 2 10s. In a 4-day week, I've burnt through my 2 10s. Oops. And 2 15s. Yet again in a 4-day week. Shows you how mental my runs have been. But I'm working, that's the main thing. I am working. Also had a funny moment yesterday. I had a phone call from an IT recruiter wondering how I am doing in my software development role. And I'm like, yeah, no, I've left that 2 years ago. Yeah. He was like, oh, okay. Well, if you ever go back to IT, give us a call. And I'm like, no, I won't. But you're welcome. Bye. Oh, what were the chances? He did seem a little bit confused. I mean, I would have been if I phoned someone as an IT recruiter and you can hear truck noises in the background. Because let's get real, this in the background does not sound like a car or even a van.
Take the 4th exit.
This is noisy. And that's with the audio recorder trying to suppress some of the noises. Yeah. Anyway, time for you to get diesel, then get over to the building material people to get loaded. I'll catch back with you in a moment.
This is the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world, good world gone bad.
Okay, that is me loaded, ready to go. Let's get out of here and get to our first delivery. And boy, is she heavy. Boy, is this truck heavy. Right, this way. But at least this first drop is sort of only just round the corner. I just need to get out of this junction now. Power mode, yes. I'm going to need it. Go! There's an engine there somewhere, I promise. Somewhere. Come on. There's the turbo. There we go. Oh my god, it's almost embarrassing waiting for this thing to spool up at times. Get up to speed. Because it needs some speed! But something I need to do is take a slightly different route to what I've taken in the past. Because I think I've been told, and I don't know how true it is, but whatever. Even though a lot of us always done it, we go straight on. I've been told we're not actually meant to do that because they can get complaints, and that really we should turn right here. Don't know how true that is, but I don't want to be the one who gets the complaint if it is true. So, hard right turn. It is. Come on. I was shocked to find one of our fitters there when I turned up. The Arctic lads, they quite commonly leave a trailer on one of the loading bays for them to just like get loaded up ready, and then they'll just do trailer swaps and blah blah. But it turns out the one trailer that had been taken to be left there, or had been left there or something, had a puncture, and so one of our fitters was there changing a tyre. Or I think it got a puncture on the way. Because after he changed the tyre, the driver went and go and put it on one of the bays and disconnected, so I can only assume it picked up a puncture on the way. Oh, but yeah, I am definitely feeling the weight. Front tyres are screaming. And the steering is heavy. But I will get rid of a bit of weight very early on, because the first drop's like 30 minutes away. The one I thought doesn't set deliveries on a Friday does, only up to 12:30, and it's 9:15 now. Chances of me getting up there in time, I'm going to be pushing it. Oh boy, am I going to be pushing it to try and get there in time. Can't gearbox. There we go. Come on. Get up the hill. It's the load I've got is an annoying one for weight, because it's roof slates. Normally, one of the main things we get out there a lot of the time is profile. It's called profile sheet. It's a lot of people know it as just corrugated roofing, but it's made out of some fibre cement stuff that they make there. Those packs are heavy. They're like 1.5, 2 tons each, but they're long. So therefore the weight's kind of spread over a bit of distance. the roof slates are heavy. Just as heavy as like one of those packs of profile, but in a much smaller footprint. And when they put it up against your headboard, like you should with with the rigid, it puts a lot of weight more towards the front and concentrates the weight. Let's clip those bushes. Yeah, it concentrates the weight on the front. It's horrid stuff to be transporting. Just purely because of the weight.
Take the first exit.
But it's what we do. We move stuff. Anyone coming that way? No. Just try and avoid clipping curbs. There we go. Foot down. Let's get out of this bit. Come on, turbos. Hear them screaming their heads off. Oh boy, are they screaming. Come on. Come on. Anywho, I'm going to get on and get to the first delivery, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. See you in a moment.
Half the people dying while the rest of us are splitting hairs. It's a good world gone bad.
Join me a little bit later on. I keep going to look over there for the camera. You're there now at this moment. It may change. Wait and see. You join me a little bit later on. 2 drops done. I am soaked through because that second drop was a Moffat drop. I made sure there was a fresh battery in that camera before I started the day. But of course I did not have my waterproof housing, and as you can probably see from the front camera, the heavens have opened. Hence I am soaked through and you didn't get any footage. I'm crap at this whole video and stuff, aren't I? Yeah. But that's my first time doing the big slates with the Moffat, and my God, is it difficult. It's I almost had a bucking bronco moment. Yeah, I thought I had my feet stabilizers down. Turns out I didn't. Went to extend the boom out, the forks out, sorry, the mast, that's the word I'm looking for. Went to extend the mast out to put the pack down, and yeah, didn't have the stabilisers out. So the back wheel lifted, but the forks and the pack were only about 300 mil off the floor, if that. So it didn't lift that much. Instincts kicked in of hand on the roof to brace yourself, just in case. And then just brought the forks, the tilt and everything, used that just to kind of stabilise myself and slowly bring myself down. Let's say it wasn't that much. I've seen videos of worse. Oh my god, I've seen many videos of much worse situations. But it's a learning experience, and that was on the first pack. And then every pack afterwards, I double and triple checked that the stabilisers was down. But then also realised I don't need to put the mast out to put the pack down, because it's narrow. It fits between the wheels, so therefore I can keep the mast in, just go in, lower the forks, blah blah. So it's a learning experience. And my god, is this weather horrid. But the truck is so much lighter now, because I just got rid of 6 tons of roof slates. I can't remember the exact point I cut the camera off, or the time lapse, because I shouldn't really have been filming in there, which thankfully I didn't, because it was raining. Because it's like racehorse stables and yeah, people whose ears and nose are longer than their face, kind of thing. Because, and like, they struggle to find their wallet, let's put it that way. Yeah. Also sorry. Gosh, I really shouldn't say that. Might cut that out, otherwise you're keeping this in to say I might cut it out, but I didn't. So yeah, it was definitely not a cheap stables. The fact that I was asked to minimise how much zero turning I did with the Moffat, so I didn't scupper the gravel, and also asked if I could take as wide a turns as possible in the truck so I don't scruff the gravel. Meanwhile they had a telehandler there, which is ironic, so they got me to tit. Their telehandler's just there bombing it across. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But anywho, I'm on to drop number 3, which is another Moffat drop, but I've got a feeling there's going to be no room, potentially, because it's a domestic drop on a road. Which usually means there is no room whatsoever to manoeuvre around the truck. Yay. And also, little tip for you new to a Moffat, even if you're old to Moffat, make sure your chains are off before you try and take the Moffat off the truck. Because it was raining, I was like slightly rushing to get the Moffat off, because the Moffat has a roof. And yeah, undid my Susie, got that out of the way, the Moffat started, did the lift up and all that stuff, and then immediately went to mast out, and was wondering why it wasn't working and why the truck was everything was acting all weird. I was like, what the hell's going on? And then I suddenly clicked and took the chains off. So then I had to kind of jimmy the Moffat around with the various controls just to get it back on, like in place, so the chains are slack enough for me to take them off. Oh my god. It's all about being new though. But anyway, as I on to drop number 3. I'm apparently about 20-25 minutes away. The time is now 11:38. whether I'm going to be able to get to the one that does a 12:30 cut off on a Friday, and I'm very, very particular about you do not deliver outside of delivery times. Whether I get to them before cut off, I don't know. I hope I do, but I don't know. I'm gonna have your open my caffeinated beverage because I haven't opened that yet today. I've been drinking a can of Coke instead. There we go, caffeinated beverage open. Caffeinated beverage getting sipped. There we go. I'm gonna get on listening to In the Doghouse because it's Doghouse Fridays. Hashtag Buck Red. And yeah, I will, whether it be before, during, after the next drop, I will catch up with you. Oh, and there's traffic building because it's a roundabout. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Catch you in a moment. Plans are changing a little bit. That delivery that I time-lapsed into, yeah, no one was there to accept the load. Phoned the contact, who was like, yeah, that's not a job I'm working on. Let me speak to the guy who's meant to be on that job. Stay put for a minute. Spoke to the other guy when he called me, and he was like, right, is there anywhere for you to leave it? And I'm like, not really, it's not a cheap load necessarily, it's not cheap stuff. So long and short is, basically that load's cancelled, or that delivery's failed. I'm bringing it away with me. The fourth drop, which is the one that's got time restrictions, that's not even going to attempt that today. So I'm going to drop number 5 to deliver that, and then drop 3 and 4 I'm taking back to the yard, and they're going out Monday morning. They've spoken to the contact for drop 3, who called me again after I'd already left the site. I left the location and I was a bit down the road, to going, oh, there's a patch of land next to it. Can you stick it on that? And I was like, I've already left. So yeah, Monday I'm taking it there, dropping it there, and then drop 4 is going on Monday because they have better opening hours. So I'm on my way to drop 5, and then it's back to the yard. I'm realising how large my hand's probably getting when I'm doing that, because I'm being weird. Yeah, things can never go just smooth. at least got 2 of the 5 out so far, and hopefully number 3 or number 5 of the 5, which would be the third, hopefully successful drop. Yeah. It's all over the place. All over the place. And it's wet. And because the order I'm doing this in, when it comes to drop 5, I've got to move drop 4 stuff off drop 5 so I can deliver it and take drop 4 back with me. And I got a really bad nuisance thing that I've tried to band-aid fix for now, but it's getting really, really annoying. The connector on the Moffat for the Susie is a bit loose. Basically, when you put the plug in, unless it's sitting just right, it reports to the dash that there's faults with the lights. Even though the lights are working, if it bounces, when you go over a bump, if it bounces one way, then you may lose the right-hand side lights because that connection's a bit flaky. But I've put some electrical tape around it just to kind of pad it out in the socket, which seems to sort of stop the lights cutting out. And then I've put a bungee cord round it to apply downward pressure, because that's what it needs. It needs downward pressure to make sure the connections are good for it to stop throwing the faults. But because it's raining and I've been over a couple of bumps, that's not working now. And literally every few seconds, every few seconds I'm getting dash alerts going about, there's a fault with the turn signal, there's a fault with the license plate bulb. There's nothing wrong with them, they're working. It's just the resistance it's reading is not correct for what it expects. So it's throwing faults. And I'm literally, because of the way Mercedes do things, whenever you get these faults, it takes over the dash and takes over your speed. So you can't see, unless you can very quickly calculate kilometres into miles, you can't see how fast you're actually going. So annoying. I'm hoping Monday I can swap this Moffat for another one, or hopefully the fitter can have a look at it over the weekend and just see if he can do something about that socket. But it was fine up to the point it started raining, and now I'm guessing water's got into it as well. It's just a bit flaky with its connection. It's incredibly annoying. In fact, I wonder if I can show you. If I get this right. Well, the traffic's rolling. If it had come to a stop, I'd very quickly try and show you. But I'm rolling, so I don't really want to do it like that at the moment. Know my luck, I'll probably grab the camera to show you, and then it won't throw any alerts. If I do, trying to do this. There we go. This is what I'm constantly seeing on my dash. So there's speed. Oh, there's an alert. There's an alert. There's an alert. Speed. Oh, alert. It's so annoying. All I want to do is just have my speed up, but I can't because it's constantly throwing alerts at me. So annoying. But I know the bulbs are working. It's just, it's not seeing enough resistance for what it may be happy about. Ah! Anyway, I've got an hour and 50 left on this 4.5. I've literally got 40 minutes until my destination. Yeah, so I gotta do that tip and then head back to the yard, and then I'd say pack all this stuff up, but because the truck's loaded it won't go out, so I can get away leaving my bedding in. Thoughts. I'll take the fridge though. Yeah. Who would be a trucker? This is still way less stressful and frustrating than when I was a software developer. Way less. Heck, I've got out and had a walk. Admittedly, it was to try and find the person's house, but I've been out and had a walk. Shocking. It's just all these bloody roadworks. They're freaking annoying. Caffeinated beverage. That's what I need. Caffeinated beverage. And you may wonder why, when I do a tramp a week, it's usually the Wednesday night, you may wonder why I don't just leave the bedding in. Problem is our company run these trucks hard. Like, normally, if they're empty and they haven't got a Moffat on, when you get back to the yard and park it up, within a matter of hours, it's back out on the road again with a night driver doing the newspaper runs and all that kind of stuff. And then, amount of times you'll come into your truck the next day and the engine's still warm. It's mental. I say the vast majority of the night drivers are smokers, and I know for a fact that if I just leave my bedding in, it'll reek, because they're just, it almost seems like the wrong term to use, but it's like they don't care, because they're cab hopping every night. They're in a different truck. But because this has got a Moffat on, and I'll be leaving the Moffat on, even though I need the workshop to have a look at the Moffat, more the fact that it's got a load on, they can't take it out for the papers or any other night / random weekend run. So therefore, that won't be the case, and I can get away with leaving it in this weekend, which would be nice. I mean, it'll probably backfire on me drastically, but it'd be nice. Oh my god, this traffic. The joys of the A14. By the way, what do you think of this camera angle? Yay? Nay? Back over there I should go, or, well, I was about to say up there, but I kind of can't because of power, because that camera's battery is, well, that camera just eats batteries for a living. what are we thinking? It's been weird for me. Because the amount of times I look over there for the camera and it's not as there. And silly things, is where the camera is now, is where normally my sat-nav is. But now my sat-nav's there. So instead of looking over there for my sat-nav, I'm looking there. Which actually has been quite good to an extent, apart from my hand, where I naturally seem to drive like that a lot of the time. My hand's blocking the bottom of the sat-nav. So I keep having to go like that, just to check some up. Even if I move my hand, I can just... Well, actually, I can almost see all of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm yabbiting, rabbiting, yabbiting, jabbering. Insert phrase where it feels fit to do that. I'm gonna just back off, let this guy create space for this guy to get in, and then floor to catch up. I had a double whammy then. I had the Morse code, like secret signal, oh thank you, as well as a beacon flash. Ooh. Oh great, contraflow. I'm less than 3.5 meters, I think. I'd be surprised if I'm more than 3.5 meters. Yeah. Oh, I drove past this the other day. I forgot these roadworks were here. They're doing a resurface, but apparently it seems to be taking forever. Mainly because they can't really do surfacing whilst it's wet, but then they start the surfacing when it's winter. And now we're in spring/summer, and it is still wet. British planning. But yeah. Come on. It's a very annoying contraflow. Also, what I'll try and do is remember next time, remember to bring my waterproof housing. And then try and figure out if there is a way for me to be able to film on the Moffat. But that's going to take some figuring out. Still got 2 miles of this contraflow. Jeez. Oh. Are we actually picking up a bit of speed? Ooh. Oh, I just broke 37 miles an hour for a 50 limit. 38. Oh. I'd love to say exactly what I'm doing now, but I've got a flurry of alerts because I'm being bounced around. Or the Moffat's being bounced around. I'm up to 40. Oh, shocking. Outrageous behaviour. I'm coasting at 45 now. Ooh. Oh my god, I'm being stupid. I'm going to go back to a time lapse because I need to quickly call the office so they can speak to the garage and see if there's another Moffat unit I can collect. I'll swap this one for because this is getting beyond silly now. Oh, we're coming out of the contraflow. Wow. But yeah, I need to speak to the office. I will catch you in a memento moment. Catch you in a bit. So that's drop 5 done. I have to look over there again. Drop 5's done. Yay! So that just leaves 2 deliveries outstanding for Monday. Yeah, that was a bit finicky to get into. Didn't have the fact that there was not really an address for it. I had a road and then a phone number. So yeah, joy. It was not easy to get into. But I managed to do the shuffling around that I needed to do. And now head back to the yard, which apparently, according to the non-traffic aware Saturday Navigation A, is 3.5 hours from where I am. I hope it's not that long. At some point when it's suitable, I will. Well, I've got to pull in anyway to reset my driving time, but I'll get the traffic aware one up and running and see what it thinks is the fastest route and how long it's actually going to take me to get back to the yard. Because, yeah, it's going to take time. But I'm in Ipswich. Yes, I am in Ipswich at the moment. But obviously, because I had the Moffat off and back on again, I had a chance to just blow out the connections.
Take the second exit.
On the Susie. So hopefully, well, so far, I've not been getting as many alerts. So far. They're going to happen. I have no doubt I'm going to get the alerts. So, yeah. Oh dear God.
Take the third exit.
Don't know why then when I was braking down that hill, there was moisture in the system or something. The truck did not want to stop. Oh, I am tired. And what I'm thinking is, this video can now go one of two ways. So what I'm going to do is have a brief moment of silence and then record one outro. And then another brief moment of silence and record a different kind of outro. So, there will now be a jump cut, and then you will see which answer I've gone for.
Take the third exit.
I'm in the wrong lane. Oh, shit. Doesn't help that I was just in the wrong lane.
Recalculating route.
Whoops. No, now I got to sit in that traffic back the other way. Yay! Oh my god, I'm just in the traffic that is going the other way. Bugger. Right. One or two outros. Here goes. I'm going to call it quits there. I did think about possibly trying to continue on for Monday. Chances are, most likely I'll forget the cameras, that is. So, you ready? Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, hug a trucker, salmon slap a cyclist, and other things. I'm hoping to get recording more. Wait and see. But until next time, be well, John Spartan. Don't cut the trucker. And dodge explode bit of tyre. Yeah, okay. Until next time, farewell, bye-bye.
Of a mile, keep left.
Bye-bye.